day everybody, Coach Troy Brown. What's up, Governor? Today I'm going to show you something really important for shoulders, right? Everyone loves a finishing exercise. So we're talking about primarily today the front delts, right? For a lot of people can be a weak muscle group. If you're not blessed with wide clavicles like me, then you may have a little bit more narrowness. I've always said when it comes to building shoulders, right, the bigger the shoulders, the smaller the waist. We're going to create this V-tape, if you will, which is what we all want. And I know for me, as I've gotten older, my strength has definitely got a little bit lower. And what I do now is I really focus on not so much lifting heavier loads, but really making light loads feel heavy. You see, my objective, and when I train clients in the gym, isn't necessarily to focus on getting reps and sets, achieving a certain amount of reps and sets. The goal is to always challenge the muscle, right? Is to squeeze every last drop of juice out of that exercise to really get the most efficiency. At the end of the day, when I'm training delts or I'm seeing clients train delts, I don't really want them to swing weight around, because a lot of them, maybe most people, don't really have the genetics that we see with these phenomenal athletes that we see on stage, right? So we may need to get more precision with our training. So what we're going to show you today is a finishing exercise, right? I learned this actually years ago from a friend of mine. You'll probably know him well, James Flex Lewis, who's 7-time Mr. Olympia 212 champion. He's retired now, but still looks in great shape. This exercise is a 3-in-1. Let's show you the technique and let's go over it. You're going to do 3 movements back to back. You're basically going to do anywhere between 10 to 12 reps per exercise. But here's the goal. You're going to do these all back to back. Once you've done the 3rd and final exercise, then you rest. When you're doing this as a finishing exercise, I only want you to do a couple of rounds, just 2 sets only. There's no point doing 3 and 4 rounds of these. Trust me, if you do this right, you only need a couple of sets. However, these sets will, as you get to this last exercise, will feel as though you're getting close to mechanical failure, which is a good thing, right? We don't necessarily have to hit failure. We just need to get close to it. So let's show you the setup. Now, I always like, for me, I'm all about making movements harder now, not making movements easier. Most people, when they think about making movements harder, are always going to go to heavier weights, right? But I'm trying to make a lightweight feel heavy. So what I'm going to do, instead of doing this stand, which allows me when I'm standing to get a little bit more momentum, I'm actually going to do it sitting down, right? So if I'm doing this sitting down, we all know it's going to be harder. So there's a bench behind me. So check this out. It's very important when you do this exercise to actually use the bench and allow your vertebrae, right, your whole entire spine from thoracic to lumbar, press into the pad with your feet pressed into the ground, right? We don't want to allow our back to come away from this pad behind me. So we've got 10-pound dumbbells here, right? They're going to feel at the end probably more like 50 pounds at the end. So what we're going to do, right, keep our back against the pad, drive our feet into the ground, right? Also going to create trunk stability. The first exercise is called a modified front raise. And what it looks like is, let's say you're doing a front relaxed pose on stage, right? You're going to be like this. Already, just by holding this dumbbell out towards my sides, there's already tension at the medial delt, but this is more of a front delt exercise. So what it looks like is what I would say a half circle, something like this. And as you raise the dumbbells, they're going to be level with the chin. So just think of it as a half circle, but maintain upright back position. Once you get to 10 or 12, immediately, without no break, go into side dumbbell lateral with no momentum. We want to drive our spine and our lumbar spine against the pad behind us. So the side lateral is going to create constant tension. We're not going to start here. We're going to start here, right? And all we're going to do is drive those dumbbells away from us. Get them as far away from the center of mass, as far away from you, right? Stop there. As far away from you, stop there. Once I get to 10, then I'm immediately going to go straight into hammer front raise. But here's the thing, we're going to do it from the thighs. So immediately, as soon as you go from doing the side lateral, once you've done 10, go straight into the hammer front raise. We're briefly just going to touch there, just to briefly allow the dumbbells to touch the thighs with the arms straight, and then come up in a straight line, right? Body works best in straight lines. We're just briefly going to touch those dumbbells. My abdominals and my core is braced. I'm starting to get really tired here. The goal is to get 10 to 12 reps of these as well. Oh, wow. So basically what you saw was 3 exercises. First one, modify front raise, 10 to 12 reps. Constant tension. We don't want any break. That's why I kept the dumbbells by my sides, right? I opened up a little bit more and I created this arc motion, if you will. The second exercise, immediately after, you're going to go into a regular side lateral raise, but you're trying to get the dumbbells as far away from the center. My mentor, Eric Seefeld, talks about there's a little green man that runs underneath your arm and goes towards your hand, right? Idea, that concept, think of that little man, he's just allowing you to go out, right? So as you come out with your lateral raise, what you're thinking about, it's not up and down, it's out and up. And then out and down, okay? Make it harder. And then the last one is real hard, it sucks. And the pump is immense anyway. But you're gonna do it with a straight arm effect, so your hands are in neutral, your dumbbells are just briefly gonna touch the quads. You're gonna drive those dumbbells level with the shoulder, right? Your brain's gonna tell you to bend the arms, right? You resist the urge, you're the governor. You tell yourself, I'm not gonna cheat, I'm gonna maintain integrity, and I'm gonna do exactly what the governor says. Do this as a finishing exercise. Give that a try, any value. Leave a comment below, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. This is going to be a key exercise for you to finish your shoulders off, especially if you have weaker anterior delts and weaker side laterals, right? You really want to bring those areas up. This is a good idea to do. This is Coach Troy Brown signing off. What's up, Governor? See you next time. Cheerio.